Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. We finally got some rain. Got a little bit yesterday afternoon and got a bunch overnight. But I think it's done moved on and still wet and kind of soggy looking out there, but all good. All good in the hood, as they say. So let's take a look and see who we got hanging out with us today. Looks like Mr. Paul is number one on the list this morning. Good morning, Paul. Darren Birds is here. Good morning. Kenneth is here. Good morning, Kenneth. Leo Steger says, morning, Dave, Jack, and everyone. Yeah, Jack is in his position right here. Landis, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Lou Thomas, good morning. Appreciate the thumbs up. Man, y'all doing better with them thumbs up now. At least today. Good morning, Clyde. Ray Jones, good morning. Larry Galt, good morning, sir. David's here, good morning. Marcelo, good morning to you. And my favorite solar man, happy Thursday to you, my friend. And Gary Hammett's here as well. So good morning on a foggy day, yeah. And Kevin Else is also here. Good morning, Kevin. Hope you're doing well. I got, as you can see, I got a little more noise going on back there. I got the quiet one and the noisy one. The hick top I'm not running this morning. And y'all, normally you guys are really sharp and eagle-eyed and all that stuff, but I ended the coffee sessions yesterday and turned around and that one had messed up. It had come loose and was pushing it all around the thing. And then I thought, well, I wonder how long it's been doing. I could tell from the blob of filament uh, on it that it's not like it had just happened. It had been doing it. I'm like, well, that's weird. I'm surprised somebody didn't say something. I thought, well, maybe they just couldn't see it. So then I went back and watched some of the video because I was curious to see how loud it was anyway. And it was clear. I could see it once I was paying attention to it. I'm like, yeah, that thing broke loose about halfway through the coffee sessions and was just pushing it around, spitting out filament, putting it in a big wad. So needless to say, that was a fail. But I did get a good print off my trusty old uh, Ender 3, and I got both of them running this morning. Making a couple more of those little swivel things. It's a part A and a part B kind of thing. So one of them's running part A and the other one's running part B. So they should be done here probably around lunchtime or so. Uh, so looking forward to that. And again, I just love those things. I just preheat them. You know, pull the program up, hit go, and stand there just a minute to watch the first couple of layers, and those things just work so great, so great. If you're just really careful pulling the undoing the binder clips and pulling it off before you start wrestling with it to get the print off, you don't mess up that bed level. It'll, at least not with mine, it just stays right where it's supposed to be. And then yesterday on this one, I don't know what's going on with that. I need to get. I like that black surface, whatever that stuff is that comes stock with those Ender 3s. I like that type of a surface. and that hick top has that other metally stuff, textured stuff. And I don't know, but all of a sudden now, if I run anything big, I'm having it sticks, and then I'm like, okay, lays them down, and it's okay, and I go off, and I come back, and it's broke loose and pushing it around and making a mess. I did that 2 different times yesterday. After I finished the coffee sessions and saw that it had messed up, I tried it again, and then I thought, well, okay, let me just stop it. So I ran it just a little bit, and I stopped that one, and then I went through the whole automatic bed leveling again, and did that, and it's still, because I was running something fairly big, and it still looks like it's sticking real good, and then you walk off and you come back and it's those corners have peeled up. So I don't know. I'm going to look and see if I can find a black thing like this, whatever that PIE stuff that's got the magnetic stuff, and just replace it on that hick top, because I do not like that stuff. And I've got it kind of scratched up from when I was figuring stuff out, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it or not, but just it just doesn't work as well as the Enders. So Sean's here. Good morning. Gary says we had about 3 hours soaking rain yesterday, then a big rain last night. Yeah, that's what we got. Larry Gaunt says he doesn't look past my mug. Okay. Well, I'm surprised somebody didn't see it, because like I said, after I got to watch it, there's a lot of times when I'm sitting like this and you can see the orange of the filament. That's why it was so easy to see. You'd see it just get pushed out and pulled back. It was just sliding around on that thing for a while. Ryan says, will that extra build plate you have stick on there? I think it would, Ryan, but remember they sent that for an Ender, and of course this one's got a much bigger build plate, so it'd probably work if I wanted to stick it and just do it right there in the middle, but I want to try to find one that fits that bigger plate, which is I don't even remember how big that one is. I think it's 300 by 300. Yeah, it's 300 by 300, and the Enders are like 235 by 235 or something like that. So I might try getting that one back out. It's in the box over there somewhere, and pull it out and throw it on there. Like I said, it might work as long as I print within that smaller thing, but yeah, I'll look on Amazon. I'm sure somebody makes one. And I'm sure aren't some of those Enders, they got all those different models of Enders. Don't some of them have a bigger build plate than the basic ones here? I think so, but I'm not positive. So anyway, we'll check that out. But I do love my little Enders. I can't even remember the last time I had a print fail on those. I mean, they just keep right on going. And this right here, that one has the spool that I just unboxed yesterday. It's the Amazon Basic, and then this is that Tech Bears that I've been trying out, and so far it's been doing okay. So I'll probably order some more of that, since it is quite a bit cheaper. Okay, Sean says the Ender 5 Pro. Yeah, I knew one of them. I thought they always look like they're bigger than these little basic ones, but anyhow, let's see. Larry's posting something here. 3D print bed. I guess he's already been looking on Amazon. 300 by 300 A and B, flexible, magnetic, compatible. Yada yada yada. Okay. How much is that one, Larry? Does it say? I'll go look here and see. Because I really like. Well, I don't know what that stuff is. That black textured PEI or whatever they call it. I really like that stuff. Because all the prints come off really clean. I don't use any um, glue stick or hairspray or any of that mess. I just put it on there and then it comes right back off. So I see when I click on the Amazon thing, your commies are playing tonight on Thursday Night Football. Looks like Ryan, they're playing. Looks like they're playing the Bears. So the Bears. I don't know. I have any idea how good any of those teams are. I haven't been following any of that stuff. All right, let me look for. Okay. See, now there's one that Hicktop makes, but it's the 235 by 235, and I'm seeing a lot of the stuff that looks like what's on that one, and that's not what I want. I want the other stuff. Oh well, I'll find one, I'm sure. Ryan says both teams not good, commies are worse. Yeah. Yeah. Ryan, did you see the replay of the sack of Tom Brady the other day where they called threw the flag? I mean, what's his name? Grady Jarrett, I think is his name, for the Falcons. Made a perfectly good sack. Didn't really throw him down hard or anything, and they called the roughing the passer, uh, as they often do with Tom Brady. You know that they might as well just put flag football stuff on him. But Clyde is joining the rabbit hole of 3D printing. Congratulations, Clyde. I mean, you might as well. Come on. You can't take that money with you. You might as well spend it. Spend it before you go. Ryan says I should reach out to Hicktop and see if they are making one. Yeah, Clyde, Larry's welcoming you to the rabbit hole. And speaking of rabbit holes, Mr. Galt, you mentioned that those other channels for the Recollection Road, and dang if I didn't get started watching some of them yesterday. Now I got a whole nother group of videos to watch. But fortunately, most of those videos, somebody must have told the people making those videos that the optimal video length is about 8 minutes, because it seems like every one of those videos is like 801 or 803 or 805. They're not that long. Some of them are longer than others, but most of them are right around 8 minutes. So you can sit there go through a bunch of them in just a little bit. But yeah. He says you're welcome. Yeah, it's that's probably payback for me telling you about the other one. Huh? But I love them old channels where they talk about the good old days and stuff, and I love looking at the pictures. I love seeing them old cars and all that kind of stuff. Just back when things were a lot simpler and life was just a lot better, I think. Yeah, got to protect the old man, Tom. Yeah. Yeah, I think it does probably have a lot to do with Tua. That was kind of a weird thing with him. And of course, part of the problem with Tua is, one of those happened, the first one happened on a Sunday, and then they had a Thursday night game. So there wasn't really a lot of recuperation time between the one he got Sunday, which was where the guy pushed him and he fell back and kind of banged his head that way and got up a little wobbly. And then, and then of course the other one was a sack where that guy really, really did throw him down pretty rough. But it's football. I don't. I hate to see anybody get injured, or especially if it's a career-ending injury or something like that. But that's why they pay them millions of bucks. I mean, come on, quit. Let's see. I also saw that Troy Aikman, who I'm not really a fan of, but I heard that he got in trouble because he said on air, he said, take your skirt off or something to the effect with a skirt, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, Larry says, I bet I've watched 50 of them. Yeah. Well, I have gone through the Recollection Road, and I'm now to the point where I've watched all the ones that really interested me, and I'm down to watching the ones that really didn't interest me, but yet I want to watch them just because that's what's left, and they're good. Because like some of them, when they're talking about these restaurants and stuff, and it may be something that wasn't even around where I was at, so I'm not even that familiar with them. And I notice they keep one I haven't watched, and they keep talking about Bob's Big Boy, and I don't really remember a Bob's Big Boy. I remember a Frisch's Big Boy. Uh, and it had the same little guy, holding the hamburger on the plate. That's like the same logo and stuff. So I don't know what the deal is with that Bob. I'm going to have to watch that one, I guess. But another thing that got, how one rabbit hole sometimes will lead you to another one, and then you're off in another one. But when I was watching the one about, and it was from Recollection Road, it was from that YouTube channel, but it was the one about Burger Chef, which I remember well because they were headquartered in Indianapolis back when I was living in Indiana, not far from, just west of Indianapolis. And when they got to the end, when they were talking about kind of the demise where they, I think it was like 81 or 82, they sold, what they had to Hardee's. And I know that the Burger Chef in my little old hometown that used to be right across from the park, and it's still there, but it's now a Hardee's. It's not a Burger Chef anymore. But anyway, they kind of were talking about, the end of them. And they said, well, probably what didn't help was there was some murders, kidnapping and murders of 4 Burger Chef employees at a Speedway, Indiana Burger Chef. And it's not that I had forgotten about it, but it's just something that I hadn't, don't think about. But then when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I remember something about that. And so then I got off on a rabbit hole searching for Burger Chef and looking for the Burger Chef murders and stuff. And that was like in I think it was 1978. And I was still living in Indiana then. But they never really solved that and it was so weird when you watch it. I don't want to tell you all of it because y'all may want to go watch it, but it was, the store was getting ready to close up, and a couple of guys came in, they think, um, and there was a scuffle or something, and they wanted to rob the Burger Chef, and they'd done I got away with like $581, so not a big haul, but they kidnapped the 4 employees, took them to another county, shot 2 of them in the back of the head, and let's see what there was 3 different ways they killed them. 2 of them were shot kind of execution style, and another one I think was raped and stabbed. They broke the blade of the knife off in her chest, and then another one they just beat the hell out of him, and he died by suffocation because he had his own blood and stuff in his throat. But anyway, what was so bad about it is when they called the cops, they thought that the 4 employees had taken the money and just gone off partying or something. So they allowed the store, to come in the next morning, clean everything up, and open for business. So all the evidence was washed away and sanitized and all that stuff. And so it's really never really been solved. They've never charged anybody. So that was a pretty interesting story. Ryan says, yeah, coach should have kept 2 out of the first one. I agree. Yeah. Larry says, did you watch Publix videos? I have watched that one. I love my Publix stores. They are my grocery store. Yeah, like I said, I got one right down the road, probably less than a mile or right at a mile. And then I got another newer one 3 or 4 miles down the road that I went to. Ryan says, we had a Bob's Big Boy here. We have always wanted one of the fiberglass guys. Yeah. One of those would probably look good next to your scoreboard. We're going to turn Ryan's shop into a museum of old stuff or something. I'm going to look for something. Yeah, as soon as I start typing at it, comes up, and I'm going to show you this. Maybe I can find the scoop. Let me share this. I guess this is it. Yeah. See, this is the Frisch's. It's FRISCH''. And I just remember it looking the same. Headquarters was in Ohio. Let's see if I can find images. Let's go look here. Yeah, now see, this is the one I was talking about. This guy right here. That didn't do anything. But see, doesn't that look like the Bob's Big Boy? It looks the same to me. But that's what I remember as a Frisch's Big Boy. I don't know why they're different. Yeah, and 30-foot. See, I think technically you could take that 30-foot flamingo and stick it like just outside your shop, kind of against the side or something would be cool. Must have been like Hardee's and Carl's Jr. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. Like I said, I just remember the Frisch's and not the Bob's. But when I saw that video and they showed the little guy, I'm like, man, he looks just like the Frisch's big boy thing. Where he says he watched Gunsmoke. Yeah, I watched. I haven't watched the Gunsmoke, but I have watched several of those movie ones, movies and TV. And then there's another one that I don't know if it's the same YouTube person or not, but the one that's called Shore Me Some More, and it's about beaches and vacation places and stuff. It's not too bad too. Yeah, I've heard of a Shoney's too. I don't know. It's weird how they have lots of different names for that stuff. But I kept looking when I saw that Bob's Big Boy in that Recollection Road. I thought, well, I'll bet you he's got one on Frisch's Big Boy too, but I never did find one. But just watched the one recently too about Wendy's. Dave Thomas. You learn all this stuff you had no idea back in the time. Like that Dave Thomas guy that started Wendy's. He was a kind of a big wheel with Kentucky Fried Chicken. He worked with the Colonel Sanders for a while, and then he kind of broke away from that. Started up another restaurant. I can't remember what it was called, and then he sold all his stock and stuff that he had in those other restaurants and started Wendy's. And Wendy's is still a good restaurant. I think I love their big double cheeseburger greasy. My heart doesn't like it, but I love them. So anyway, all right. Well, I guess I'll be shopping today for see if I can find one of those black looking things. I don't know what they call that. See, a lot of these have the one that's like the hick top, and then they have something that looks black, but what it is, it's that magnetic piece that you can stick down, and I don't need that because it's already got the magnet thing. And even if I find one that doesn't stick magnetically, I'll just get some binder clips and stick on it because that will work too. So, but I am not seeing the black ones like that. They must be called something else. I don't know. Anyway, I will find one and get one on the way here, I guess. Let's see. David says you can buy one on eBay for 1,600. Ryan, I don't know what that means. Larry says I need to buy a 21 millimeter wrench for the upper spindle. All right. All right. Well, that was my time. I hope these things haven't been too loud. I don't think they are. They seem, because yesterday I had both noisy ones going. Today I just have that one, which is the noisy one, and this one, you can't even hear it run really. So it's super quiet. So, but I'll have to double check because from what I can see back there, it looks like they're still doing okay. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a good Thursday. And we will be back tomorrow for number 590. Getting real close to that 600. So we'll see if we can make it. So everybody have a good one. We'll see y'all later.